So I've had a lot of people ask me about budget tablets, and I want to know, is this $160 Infinix XPad tablet actually worth it? Let's find out. So starting off with the design and build, I was seriously impressed with the build quality and feel of this tablet, especially for the price. It's got a nice aluminium frame and a back with a nice strip detail under the camera, which has its cool star-lapse pattern. You get the volume rocker and power button on the top right side of the XPad, and they're nice and tactile and have a nice clicky feel too. You have a quad speaker setup on this tablet, so you get 2 grills on the top and 2 grills at the bottom, but more on the quality later. It charges via USB-C and it actually has a headphone jack. I know there's still quite a few people that actually appreciate that, so good job Infinix. So up front you get a large 11-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display, which again has been pretty good for the price point. You do get some thicker bezels around the XPad, but to be honest, the way I use the tablet, I find that the thicker bezels give me some good room to hold the device without my fingers overlapping the display. So honestly, I really don't have an issue with this. The display is nice and vibrant and has a screen brightness of 440 nits, which isn't the brightest by any means, but it's been perfectly fine for my use and media looks fine on it indoors. You might struggle a little bit in the very bright sunlight, but overall it's pretty decent. Powering this tablet is a MediaTek Helio G99 processor. It's paired with 4GB of RAM, which is expandable to 8GB via software. Another great thing about this tablet is that it offers 256GB of storage in the variant that I have, but it also does offer that in the Wi-Fi models too. I think that's actually really cool because a lot of other tablets in that same price point offer either 64GB or 128GB of storage, so that 256 is definitely a plus point. The Helio G99 is a decent performer. Don't expect any flagship performance, but it'll handle all your light to medium intensity tasks with ease. So at times after I haven't used it for a while and you eventually boot the tablet up again, it might take a few minutes for it to sort of find its bearings. It might be a bit stuttery and laggy, but after a few minutes, it's absolutely fine and ready to go again. The display has a 90Hz refresh rate and it's smooth enough for the most part with a few stutters here and there, but overall for the price, I really can't complain that much. This tablet handled gaming surprisingly well. I played Call of Duty Mobile with a medium graphic setting and high refresh rate, and the tablet handled it fine and it actually didn't get too hot while playing. And games like Asphalt Legends played perfectly fine too. So for a budget tablet, the gaming was actually quite decent and you can actually play some higher end titles with medium graphics and limited frame drops, so pretty decent job. So this tablet could be a pretty good option for students with a budget. You can run all your productivity tasks and apps pretty well on this, especially if you have a wireless keyboard. And the battery life has been pretty decent too. It's got a 7000 mAh battery and it's been pretty good. It can take you throughout the whole day and some more with medium to heavy use, and it's perfect when you're on the go. And when you need to charge it up, you get an 18-watt charger in the box and the tablet will fully charge from 0 to 100 in about 2.5 hours, which isn't the fastest, but decent enough for the price point. So what I thought was quite interesting is how this tablet feels like it's running a bare bones stock Android. In the settings it says it's XOS, but the whole interface looks and feels pretty stock, which is actually quite nice. In terms of unlocking this tablet, you only have the options for passwords or passcodes. There are no fingerprint sensors or face unlocking in this tablet, which is a little bit of a shame. So I feel like they probably could add face unlock to this tablet via software updates, so I hope that does somehow come in the future. Multitasking on this tablet is a little bit basic. You can run 2 apps side by side and that's it. Some of the competing tablets can run up to 3 apps with 1 extra floating window, but in most people's cases, the 2 apps in split screen will be perfectly fine. And because of the dimensions of the screen, the split screen apps look pretty good. So the speaker quality on this tablet really surprised me. The quad speaker system actually gets really loud. They might get a little cracky at max volume, but overall the quality was pretty good and I enjoyed watching videos and gaming with the loud immersive sound. So onto the cameras, the XPad has an 8-megapixel camera at the back as well as a flash, and an 8-megapixel camera on the front of the tablet positioned horizontally, and the cool thing is that you also get a flash in the front, which is quite handy for those low light situations. The quality of the cameras are just okay. Remember, this is a budget tablet, so don't expect any sort of like amazing photography. The cameras are perfectly fine to capture moments or scan some documents, and the quality on the front camera was also fine for video calls and selfies and will get the job done perfectly fine. You can get this folio case to keep the XPad protected. It's a silicone case and it's built quite well and helps you keep the XPad standing up or supported in a few different positions. The variant I have is the LT model, so you can get a SIM card for it if you like and stay connected on the go. And it also has a micro SD slot in case you do want to expand the memory. So overall, for under $200, I'd say the Infinix XPad is a pretty solid offering, especially for people who want a basic tablet for media consumption or productivity. That's a good portable size with really good build quality. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and if you liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and I'll see you in the next one.